Good morning. Welcome to In the North Bank. And wow, yeah, it's certainly a different time of the day to be joining you. Again, say live in a new show, the newsroom, and something I've been wanting to kind of do for a little while. And yeah, I think it'd be quite good just to get kind of touch base with what's kind of going on with Arsenal, but going to be a quick fire Arsenal Bulletin show, getting you fully up to speed with what's actually happened over the last 24 hours, and yeah, we'll get to it, but we'll go through key first team headlines, ongoing injury situation. Little bits around the title race and updates from the women and the academy. As always, get involved in the chat. I'll dip into the questions as we go, and we'll keep this sharp and to the point. Let's get started with the biggest story doing the rounds. And yes, it's the injuries and the squad pressure. It's always seemingly dominating the headlines, and for good reason. As I said, over the last 2 seasons, we've now reportedly suffered around 100 separate injury setbacks, more than any other Premier League club in that period. They're not just minor knocks. They're talking about reoccurring muscle injuries, knee problems, and defenders missing long stretches of the season. Look, key facts. Ben White, again, over the period, multiple setbacks across knee and hamstring issues. The absences are stacking up. Obviously, Gabriel being out. Timber, we've had doing Saliba not being fit. We've had Calafiore also being picking up knocks, but obviously as well as the suspension. It goes on, and it's becoming quite frustrating. Certainly as a fan watching the squad, how we actually were with regards to the squad depth. Obviously, that is being tested massively. Obviously, rotation now, the options are very limited. So it's forcing heavy minutes on those key players, and certainly around that kind of area in defence. It's going to be massive for us. Let us know in the chat your thoughts on the injuries. Have we got enough? Do we have to dip in January? If we do, who do we go for? So, yeah, let us know. Arteta's already spoken about how thin the margins are. When you look at how often the same players are being asked to play 90 minutes, question becomes whether or not it's bad luck, or is it the modern football calendar just catching up with everyone? And it's been relentless. Don't even go into internationals and the breaks that we've had. There's been 3 separate international breaks already, and that just adds to the whole mayhem. The travel, the extra minutes, players not actually getting a respite even when they are shoo-ins to be playing in tournament football, and then turn up and play in a friendly, either getting injured or picking up knocks. And yeah, it's just a spiraling cauldron of frustration. I think it's not just a nightmare. But let me know in the chat, is it just football in 2025, or is something deeper going on? Let us know. The next up, obviously, we've had a really good evening. Well, not so much we have, but Thierry Henry obviously got presented with a I think it was a Lifetime Achievement Award in football last night. Got presented with by his children. I didn't see it directly personally, but it was interesting. Obviously, he's come out and he's made some comments regarding the title race. So, yeah, it's caused a bit of noise. Henry's view, or Henry, I use my French tone, Henry. Thierry Henry, injuries are not an excuse. If Arsenal want to be champions, this is the season they have to do it. And whilst he's 100% right, yeah, injuries can't be used as an excuse, and nor have they. I don't think he's done it, and I don't think anyone has used that as an excuse. If we want to be champions, we've just got to get on and get the job done. Yeah, he made the point that every top side deals with injuries, pressure, expectation, and those great teams find a way. So, yeah, he is talking a lot of sense. Obviously, it is putting kind of more direct or indirect pressure on Mikel Arteta. I think he's been fairly outspoken previously about the manager and where he saw Arsenal kind of going and stuff, but haven't quite a few ex Arsenal players previously. Certainly before Arteta obviously joined and got involved. For context, obviously we are in a very good position, a very strong position in the league. Let's not kid ourselves. Yeah, look, it has tightened up, but we know we're still got lots of football to play. And I mean, we're never going to be winning every single match. We're never going to be always picking up points. We're going to drop points. It's how we now deal with things, I think, just generally. How do we bounce back from a negative, which obviously the last couple of weeks have been from a large scale kind of viewpoint. If you look at this season, I think the last two performances have been below standard. And look at that last minute goal at Villa Park to the Wolves performance. Yeah, a reset after that, and we go to Everton, and we hope that kind of changes how we are kind of set up. But look, there is massive pressure, naturally. Pressure of leading versus chasing. I think it's never easy. Certainly when we haven't done it, the players haven't had that experience of properly leading through the league and almost being to a point of they're favourites. I mean, the previous years we weren't termed as favourites. We weren't spoke of as being we are challenging top two. It was more getting back into the top four, and we jumped the gun, and we were kind of leading, and then look, obviously people talking about bottling or whatever. I don't see it that way. It's just one of those seasons where you've won 18 out of 19, or not lost in lost one in the last 19 games. I don't see that as kind of bottling material, so to speak. But it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, you can look at injuries, you can look at everything else, and that we still got 5 out at the minute. And we look at Calafiore coming back in because of the suspension at the weekend, I think is really key, I think, because, again, he has done fantastically well. And look, losing Mosquera, losing Ben White, obviously Kai Havertz being out long term, Gabriel at the back, Max Dowman, another one where it's just frustrating. It's almost like you're getting one in, you're getting one back out again, and this is where now we've almost got to start playing catch up. And it does appear through this Christmas period we're going to start getting these players back. I mean, yeah, whether or not it's late this month or early January, I think we should have all those players back, barring Max Dowman. And then we hope we don't get any further injuries. But as I say, other teams have got injuries, and we just have to look at it. Look at even I spoke about the African nations and players being out. Obviously, that's key. Obviously, Man City, no Doku, Marmoush gone on the African Cup. Ait Nouri has gone to the AFCON. So, look, we are picking up injuries, and again, it's how we can stay in the game with good consistency and a good level. I think that is key. I think and it's massive for us playing. Yeah, we've got to be real tempo. We've got to have a high tempo. We've got to keep our football going, because once it starts getting stagnant and start being slow, then we don't start pushing other teams around and then getting the results that we deserve from it. So, yeah, I think it will be really good moving forward, going into this next 2, 3, 4 weeks. There's a lot of football to be played, but as I said, if we can get these players back fit as well, then we've certainly got a good chance to keep it rolling, and just keep on top and kind of power through. But look, it's a powerful statement from someone who knows exactly what it takes, but it is also going to add pressure to a young squad, and obviously inexperienced in that way of getting over the line. But that is already being stretched because of those. Let us know in the chat. Do you agree with Henry, or is it an unfair standard given the injury list? Let me know. Okay, moving on. So, just going into fixtures, obviously, all that matters now is Everton away. We're in the middle of this real critical run of fixtures. Immediate focus is Everton. It's not an easy place to go, and we then have to go and play, obviously, the Cup semi-final, and then deal with the festive schedule. I mean, it's madness. I think overall, I think I look at it and how even looking at Palace's fixtures, and you're seeing obviously they played last night. They then play on at the weekend, and then on Tuesday, and they've got games galore. But this is, look, we're at this time now where we want to be in all 4 competitions. We want to be in every competition. We want to do well. So we can't crow about games. We can't be moaning about the amount of fixtures. This is where we're at. This is where Arsenal are now, and we deal with a physical Everton team, low block threat. I don't think they're going to be too low being at home. I think they're going to be trying to push us. And again, like probably a few now, they're probably thinking they can smell a little bit of blood on us, thinking that they can maybe lay a glove on us. So if they can impose themselves, obviously they're without a couple of players as well because of the AFCON. I think Idrissa Gueye, let me have a quick booch. Yeah, and Day as well. So they're without players. No Jack Grealish as well, potentially. Dewsbury Hall, not there, and Seamus Coleman. So, yeah, it's all going to be interesting. That's what I say. We need control, not chaos. So it's going to be massively important that our game management is on par and on point, not just the performance. Every part of the game has got to be decent. This is where squad depth, substitutions, and calm decision-making become important as tactics. Yeah, it's going to be really important. But yeah, that's all I'm going to touch on that. It's a big game tomorrow evening. The ladies, Arsenal women. Quick update. Obviously, they booked their place in the Champions League playoffs with 3-0 win over Leuven. Set up a playoff tie in February with the winner facing Chelsea later on if they go through. So it was a professional performance. Yeah, they're building momentum in Europe, but injuries still present even in that team. Yeah, been really tested there, but the squad is responding well. Just another example of our teams being tested and responding and relying on it. They get drawn, or Arsenal got drawn in the playoff to play against Leuven as well. So they've got a double header against them to see how they or who they face in the next round. So good luck to the ladies. Okay. The academy. I want to talk a little touch about it. Just this pathway that we've got at the minute, it's unbelievable. I mean, you look at the players that have come through now through this period, and yeah, not all of them have gone on and been able to actually carry on and get into that first team. Look at obviously Smith Rowe with Saka coming along. Yeah, it didn't work out for Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe moved on, and he's doing some decent things at Fulham. But players, Lewis Skelly, Wanyeri, Dowman, and the list goes on. And you look at now Salmon being kind of touted to potentially come in. I'm sure he's going to have a part to play in the League Cup. With all the injuries, I don't see how we can do any more really on that side. I think we've kind of almost got to kind of give a player a little bit of game time. That said, if we have got a player coming back and he does need game time, it's kind of almost a no-brainer. But it shows the level and the quality and the trust also that Arteta puts in to a 16-year-old playing at the back so he can play. That's remarkable, I would say. But yeah, it just goes to show we have got internal options, especially when injuries do force those opportunities. The club's recruitment and the development model is very much about sustainability. But again, moments like this season tell us how ready those players really are. And we've seen it in glimpses and patches. Wanyeri, yeah, Skelly again, it's been a little bit more patchy, but he's only 18. And it's certainly looking promising. But yeah, I'm going to just finish up. As I say, this is just a short, sharp show on this side. Yeah, I've just going to say hello to Ange in the chat. She goes, yeah, Arsenal women, it'll be Chelsea. Hope you're well, Ange. And yeah, she loves ESR. Shouldn't have gone. Yeah, look, we'd all have loved it. It was an emotional relationship with him, I think, certainly with Saka and that. But as I said, for his career, for his well-being, I think he had to move on. Yeah, we'd like to have done it, and I never say never. I think if he does kind of, if he's grown and he fully fills out and he carries on playing, there's potential that you could see him come back. Never know. But yeah, thanks for joining us. But yeah, that was the first episode of the newsroom, and yeah, we'll keep monitoring through the coming days and any kind of news Arsenal related. We'll bring it in as part of a regular schedule. If you've enjoyed this kind of bulletin format, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you very soon. Yeah, the boys have got match day covered tomorrow evening. So do get involved, and join them and support the lads in the chat. And hopefully we get 3 points. And yeah, what a 3 points they'll be. But anyway, I'm dipping off now. Up the Arsenal. This was the newsroom, and you've been watching in the North Bank. See you later. Come on, you Gunners.